How long is this going to take?
If you were watching short track racing during the 2000s till 2021, just imagine telling yourself from the past that, hey, this is as good as it's gonna get. Short track racing will not be good for a while. Your past self will never believe you. But unfortunately, that's been reality. Martinsville, Bristol, and Richmond have suffered the downfall since 2022. But Martinsville has suffered the most out of the three, but I'm not going to get into it. If you want to know more about the current short track package, go check out Elite Precision's channel. Where should I even start? Can you believe it's been years since we got a perfect short track race? That is insane, sad, pathetic, just downright depressing. Each year we expect the short track to get dull, and that happened. The downfall began in 2022 in the spring. Actually, no, in winter. Also, the time span where NASCAR announced that they'll use the 650 horsepower package for all the tracks and added diffusers at the bottom, and many more I can't even go into. I actually missed the 2022 spring Martinsville race because I was doing some schoolwork for my 9th grade class, and it's a good thing I did because it was the worst Martinsville races of all time, and it still remains as number one of the worst race of 2022, as it should. 2022 Texas was bad as well, but at least there was a bit of action in that race. Both spring and the fall Martinsville races had nothing but terrible racing. You can load up a Gen 6 race and you can see a bump and run, the strategies, and hot tempers, stuff that's missing in the current races, and it's just embarrassing. For years, fans wanted some changes to the next gen package to make it great, from podcasts to YouTube videos. Yeah, there was some stuff that weren't necessary, but it was still solid ideas. But no, there's no changes at all. If the Steves really care about the short track package, they'll listen to the community and fix the car. And since we're on the topic of the community, these new generation of fans will now say that short track racing always sucked. And that's just sad to hear. And with how the past 5 races has been through this year, I don't have high hopes for Iowa, Nashville, and unfortunately Kansas. I know Kansas has the best racing so far, but with how Darlington went this year and the 600 went last year went out, I don't know. You've got these new gen of people who always have excuses for the bad racing and want those tracks replaced. And holy crap, I'm gonna say harsh, but I'm gonna say it. I'm actually fed up with the NASCAR community. A lot of people actually wanted to have mile tracks again. NASCAR gave us the most diverse schedule ever, and y'all still complain. They should have kept their damn mouth shut. There's no excuse for this. Let's say there's too many road courses. Okay, let's count the amount of tracks on the current Cup schedule. 10 intermediates, 7 short tracks, 6 road courses, 3 super speedways. Yeah, y'all are playing. 6 is not that many. Maybe if it was 8 or over, then yeah, we could complain, but 6? Yeah, hell no. There's no reason to mess with this. Maybe some few changes like get rid of the Roval for Rockingham or Chicagoland, and maybe give the Darlington Spring race to North Wilkesboro and moving the All-Star race back to Charlotte. But other than that, there's no need to mess with the schedule. For those people who've been in NASCAR for a long time and hate the current short track racing, it's super unfortunate because the only way to get a good short track race is to watch a stop motion race or play NASCAR games with those type of racing. Those people in gaming have better racing than real life because the current races are awful, no matter what the hell these people do. I can't believe you got these people that still give this type of racing some credit. Oh good, you mean the last 2 Martinsville races good. Man, I don't give a damn. It just shows how lazy NASCAR is. Who cares about that if NASCAR can't get the package right? I feel so bad for the people who deeply care about NASCAR. They aren't experiencing great racing anymore. My favorite short track race to go back to is the 2021 Bass Pro Shops Inter-8 night race. Look how well they're racing. They're beating and banging, and they're making passes. Honestly, this was the last great short track race. And that was like, I don't know, nearly 4 years ago. When Kyle Larson won the last 2 Bristol races by domination, I remember NASCAR being absolutely upset with the fans because they didn't enjoy the last 2 races. The reason for that, NASCAR thinks that the fans hated the race because Larson dominated it. That's not true at all. I know half of the fan base hate domination, but we're not upset by this. We're upset because you don't want to increase the horsepower and make more changes to the next gen car to improve the racing. Domination just shows how good of a driver is, but all we get is lame criticism over domination instead of how to fix the racing. Are the Steves actually brain dead? So I'm gonna wrap this up. I have no hope for short track racing, and I hate to say that because I used to love short track racing when it was good. But there's no point in watching that kind of racing if NASCAR is relying on Goodyear instead of actually fixing the car. I can enjoy Iowa and sometimes Richmond, but other than that, I have no reason to keep my hopes up for making the racing better for any short tracks. Okay, so I'm done. So now I'm gonna leave it off to you guys. What is your suggestions to fix the short track package? Let me know down in the comments below. While you're at it, leave a like on this video and consider subscribing. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is Chase TPS, and I'll see you next time. Peace.